Welcome to another episode of Mick and the Fat Man, where we are talking artists, albums, and everything music. Well, welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Mick and the Fat Man, Series 4, episode number 13. G'day, Mick. Happy rock and roll to you, sir, and how are you travelling?
Mate, I am just feeling just fine. And I would have thought that, with the mid-season break, how long have we been not recording? It's 4 or 6 weeks or something?
8 months. I
8
think
months,
we've been
yeah.
off for, yeah.
I thought you would have fixed up the K thing, about everything.
Yeah. No. That's staying there as a feature of the program.
Well, hell.
It's just proving my my illiteracy.
Ah, right.
Basically.
It's a talking point.
It's just what we've got. Now, have you noticed I have remodeled the Mick and the Fat Man studio? To your left, we have the beautiful Poincianos falling to the ground from Broome.
Yes.
Which actually has soundproofing behind it. Over to the right, we have the Who photograph from Rotterdam, 1975.
And it's definitely... who's that? It's
Me
Pete
mate
and Roger
Pete.
and is that Keith on drums? Was he still alive then?
Yeah. 75. Yeah, no, he's kicking on. He's doing real well.
The bass player's off having a snort somewhere. John Entwistle.
Oh yeah, he's a good bass player, but he'd love to play with his toggle a bit. So I think he's probably out the back having a bit of relief. And then various photos from other places. So there you go.
I think that's fantastic. The cover of Aladdin Sane photographed.
Venice.
Absolutely. And
Ponte Vecchio.
And
the Louvre.
The Louvre. And
Michael Jackson.
Wacko Jacko.
Queen. Abbey Road.
Yeah. And now that phone box you've got up there on the wall, is that the phone box from the cover of Ziggy Stardust?
Now, I don't know. I hadn't thought about it.
There you go.
But it could well be.
Could well be. That's something you'll have to look up.
But anyway, we are in the so whilst we have had the break, I have put a bit of effort into modelling styling is the right word, styling the studio, and it's looking very nice indeed.
It's looking lovely and very. I see you've added a whole lot of soundproofing. So
added a bit of extra.
We are going to sound absolutely devastatingly digital.
However, I have found that during high winds, the tree that's rubbing on the back can make a bit of a squeaking sound.
Well, thank God it's not windy today then.
Oh, well, actually it's settled down a little bit, which is good. So it has been. We have had the crazy winds up here over the weekend. So, yeah, but it's settling down now. Mick, let's move on, shall we? I know you've got another exciting episode planned for everyone today. I can see over there the beautiful pink Globite travel bag with luxurious interior bursting at the seams. What have you got on it? Let's just get you to unlock it.
Yep.
Gee,
this one at the back. Yep.
There's a lot of locks in it.
Oh, mate.
Secure, isn't it?
It's secure. If you go around, you're never going to get to the other end, another airport, and find that some corrupt baggage handler has sliced through your locks.
No.
There's an alarm on every single lock on this bag.
Brilliant.
It's just fantastic.
It's all sort of touch sensitive and all that sort of stuff, fingerprints.
And it sends a message to my phone if anybody touches it, which is really bad, actually, because if they touch it and just pick it up, trying to put it on the plane, it sends me a message, which is unnecessarily unnerving.
Because it says bye. What have you got in there, mate? It's bursting at the brim, of course, always.
Mate, it's got Paperwork Unlimited. I thought we'd talk today a little bit about how bands got their names.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
It is. There's some real crackers in there.
So before we get onto there, I think what we do need to have is a little bit of... all the news that is rock. All the news that is rock. All the news that is rock is here right now. Yeah, baby. Rock news. We've got rock news. And while we've been in hiatus, a little group has reformed. A little teeny-weeny duo called Oasis.
I'm excited.
Do you remember them?
Yeah, they one hit album, didn't they?
They had
a one hit wonder.
One hit wonder, kind of. They had a few songs. But I think their music was probably nowhere near as exciting as their internal brawling between the two brothers.
I think their music was nowhere near as exciting as they would have you believe.
That's right. So I think probably they would be regarded as rock's biggest will they, won't they reform, and the answer is yes, they are going to reform for 17 dates across the UK and Ireland in 2025. All the tickets sold out on the day, and it was I think it was internet mayhem as they describe these sorts of things. Now I know you were in the line to get tickets. How'd you go? Did you get any?
No.
No, never mind.
Thankfully, I didn't get any.
Because if you do want one now, you can probably sneak one in off somebody on the second-hand market for around about £25,000.
Why would you want to pay that much to see
one song?
I'm trying, see one song. Yeah. I'm trying not to be too critical of them, but it got us hard.
I mean, I think 17 dates, I beg your pardon, is optimistic. I would suggest if you haven't got tickets for the first or the second concert, you ain't seeing them. They're going to belt the living shit out of each other in one of these concerts.
Absolutely. Look, they're the only band I know where their front row seats are known as ringside.
It's interesting because they're kind of like the best thing since sliced bread over in the UK, but they're not really universally adored across the world. They're sort of okay. You know, they got Wonderwall made a bit of a hit in Australia, but really they're not huge, are they?
No, and part of that is the fact that it's just not the right thing. It's not done to gob off at each other the way they do.
Well, they've had brawls on planes, I think.
Yeah.
And they just and they've both had these solo careers. I saw one of them. I forgot which one it was. One of them on telly on one of those talk shows, and he went and got up and did his latest song, and fuck, it was awful. I can't tell you how awful it was.
But you ask him, and you'd get the reverse opinion.
Yeah, I'd say it was probably Noel, because Noel is the lesser of the two when it comes to writing music and that sort of stuff. Is it? Or is it Liam?
No, Liam.
Liam.
Yeah, no, Noel's the writer. He wrote Wonderwall and whatever else.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, Noel's the writer. Liam's yes, we call him the lesser. The lesser Gallagher.
Yeah, Liam. Oh, God.
Liam the lesser. But I did find a little quote about him from a quote about Liam from Noel. This is when they were separated. He said, I would imagine, because he was talking about Liam was about to go on a tour. And he said, I would imagine if he's got any brains, he'll be playing quite a lot of Oasis songs because his own music is dreadful. One of us, this is great. I mean, this is probably better than his music. One of us is still trapped in the 90s, dressing like a fisherman like he's going to a Norway trawling for sardines. He makes unsophisticated music for unsophisticated people. It's not really my thing, so there can't be any competition between us.
Jesus.
Fishing in Norway.
Oh, God. They, I wonder, for this rapprochement, if they've actually spoken or whether it's all been done through intermediaries. Come on, boys, get together. It's £1 million each. You're not doing anything individually.
That's right. You'll have a room at each end of the stage. You'll have one over there. You just have to come and get within 15 metres of each other, do the songs, and you're out of there. How long do we have to sing for? 40 minutes. I bet you it's a short concert.
Well, they can't stand each other that long, can they?
And they haven't got a catalogue really that...
No.
They've only got a small catalogue anyway, so there's not going to be a long... They'll do Wonderwall 3 times.
Yeah. An electric version, an acoustic version, and an a cappella version. and
then one for the entree. For the encore. They'll finish off with another version. Yeah, the sort of the stadium version.
But the stadium, what they'll have, 57 Russian children all humming the song in unison.
The funny thing was, like, the tickets were basically went on sale for £135.
Yeah.
And because everybody was trying to get them, they all went online and could be online for hours waiting to get a ticket.
Yep.
And then by the time they get to pay for their ticket, it said, do you will still want this ticket? Because it's now £355.
Yeah, it's that's just an outrage, and governments around the world have really arced up about it.
So they should, but apparently I've never heard the term dynamic pricing in my entire life. I've heard the word dynamic, I've heard the word pricing, but never heard them put together. You know, I think, Jesus fuck. But apparently it's common in the US.
Yeah. Apparently it's legal here in Australia, but no one's been game enough to do it because as soon as they do, the outrage,
it'll be
we'll just kill whatever tour it is.
And I assume I don't know, does the artist have to agree to it, or they just, I don't know, make it up as they go along?
Well, I think maybe, yeah. But look, wouldn't you feel happy if you're paying, £350? What's that? That's $600?
$700 here at the moment. Australian dollars.
To see a basically washed up one-hit wonder band.
When you could go to a boxing match and watch true fighters for the same price.
Good ones.
Good fighters. Anyway, so as I said, if you're trying to get tickets now for any of the shows, they're fetching up to £23,000.
I suspect that's an offer price rather than a paying price.
Sure.
No matter how much money you've got lying around in your kitchen drawer thinking, what'll I do with this? You're not going to pay £23,000 to see them.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, you got one guy who's learnt to play his fourth chord recently, and the other one who barely played tambourine.
You know the other funny thing about this? They've said, okay, the two Gallaghers have agreed to reform Oasis, but there's no discussion about who's the drummer, who's the bass player, and whatever else they're going to do.
It's irrelevant. Does get a few session musos, give them some bob.
Sure they will, but
yeah, I know. Yes, they're not really a band, are they? They're just
not as such.
Just
no.
Two blokes. That's a loose term too, isn't it?
Yeah. Two blokes with exaggerated opinions of their own abilities.
Now, Mick, I've noticed that on the table here you've brought some scones.
Some scones.
Some scones from down south. Where'd they come from, mate?
They came from well, I was going to say my local church, but I'm afraid I don't have a local church. But
oh, look at those jam and cream,
and
beautiful,
and a date loaf. I think it is. No, they had a bit of a do this morning about the local church, 170 years old, it's falling to bits, and so they got a campaign to raise $700,000 to fix it, to stop it falling down any further, and they had a bit of a do this morning. And
well, fantastic, mate.
It was fantastic, and the ladies were so happy with it. They thought, here, Michael, take a bunch of scones with cream and some date loaf.
Beautiful.
Please, here, take more.
I've just had a taste of the date loaf, and it tastes like a date loaf.
Fantastic. I think it's always good when things taste like they look.
Expected and received well. So thank you very much. Now let's move on.
Let's do that.
If you want to have a bit of date sliced, please have a bit, Mick.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate that.
Nick Cave. Nick Cave's back. New album.
Yes, indeed.
Well, Wild God is the name. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. I'll get your thoughts on it, Mick. What do you think about it?
I've had a few listens to it. First of all, it's Nick Cave, so it's good. I must say I am somewhat biased in that assessment. But look, I did get the impression that it's a work in progress. I didn't. I've noticed some comments.
But he's still got a bit of editing to do on it. He's still got to finish it off.
No, not that. It's. I've noticed some reviews talk about that. It's a change in the way he sees the world, and he's made comments like that over the last couple of years about how he's trying to be less selfish in the way that he writes and so on and so on. But
I think after Goldstein, I found that a very, very difficult album to listen to.
Goldstein, yeah.
Goldstein, I'm a big Goldstein. Goldstein, I found that a very difficult album to listen to, and it's not an album I would put on to just sit back and listen to with a beer with the mates. Boys, have a go at this.
No, you'd want to keep the knife drawer shut well and
yeah,
truly.
Yeah, it's a hard album. Yeah. So this is a very given that it's actually got a song called Joy on it, it is an uplifting and joyous. Certainly, the first three songs are very uplifting sort of feeling songs, don't you think? I mean, forgetting the vocals, but the choirs and orchestras and
yes, I did get that. Look, and I like it, and I've listened to it all the way through a few times. An important part of Nick Cave is the lyrics, and probably more so than anything he's done in the last few years, these are almost impenetrable, the lyrics. So I'm going to have to give it some more work in listening to it, trying to work out what the hell it's all about. There's the second song, which is the title track called Wild God. Bugger me, I've got no idea what it's about. I did, and you commented to me about the lyric, rape and pillage in the retirement village. Yeah. That's not an image you often see in rock songs.
And it just, when I heard of it, that can't be right. Did I just hear that? No, you've never heard the word pillage rhymed with village with the word retirement just before it in there.
Not a bit. No,
it's just there is an original lyric, and I'm just wondering. He has his notebook and he writes stuff down all the time. What if he's sitting around one day thinking, rape and pillage in a retirement village? Keep that up my sleeve.
Pillage village. There's a rhyme. Yeah.
Okay, just keep that in the back pocket.
Now that particular song, I haven't yet. I'm going to have to sit down with it and give it a good listen. But I do suspect that it's about a guy losing it, an old guy losing it in the retirement village, who's under some delusions that he's actually far more important than he is, and that he sees himself or wishes he was a wild god like the gods of old. And he there's lyrics in there about him flying around the world and visiting this place and visiting that place and wreaking havoc on some of these places. So naturally, my first thought is that the guy's around the twist and he's lost it completely. Whether that's a complete mental breakdown or whether he just has a deluded idea of his place in the world.
Yeah.
So a great album, really interesting the way he plays it. I must say, one of the thoughts that came to me was, when you listen to the early stuff by Cave and the Bad Seeds, and you think back to their live persona, and then I look at him in the context of the live that I've just seen, that I, as you know, couldn't stop frothing about. I'm just wondering how these songs are going, and I think they'll translate really well live. And that's what I mean by a work in progress. I didn't get a sense of much of his work gets presented and you hear the song and you think, shit, that's good. Yeah. But here I think it's almost like, here's the elements of a song. And when you see me live, you're going to watch how I put these together. I also thought that the Bad Seeds are a cracking band. Yeah, each of the musicians is just thumpingly good. And they're good at rock and roll.
Yeah, I know.
There's not a lot of rock and roll on this album.
They're really not there, are they?
No, they're not. They're very, very, very restrained, like they're chained up in the corner.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. I think he could have done this as a solo album. I don't. Maybe they provided input at a certain level, but it's almost a solo album.
Yes, that's true, but it's a bit like Colin Greenwood. Playing bass at the live show. It wasn't, wow, there's the bass bit. It was sort of a layer of sound in the background mainly, and that's what we're getting on this album. It's very piano driven, very much piano driven, and that's not a bad thing because Cave's way of playing piano is very individual. I'm going to have to give it some more time, and I think we should come back to it in a few episodes and have another talk about it.
I think it's a good idea. Might go through a little bit more in detail about some of the songs on there as well.
I think so, yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Bruce Springsteen. We've followed Bruce's travels over the recent years. He's been high as
travels and travails.
He's been going great guns, and next thing we know, he's did he fall over, or he had something he fell over. Anyway, he's back. Yeah. Tour's back on. He's back up, and he's rescheduled his 2023 dates, and so it's great news that the boss is back.
He's back. Look, and I've got to say, if he gets out here, if they'll allow him on a plane,
Yeah.
I would. He is one concert that I have not seen.
Yeah,
I would love to see Springsteen.
Yeah, I'm sure that's one of the ones that they could put dynamic pricing on. Not that not saying they would, but it's one of those ones where you could do dynamic pricing and screw over all the fans.
Yeah, screw over everybody.
So anyway, we might just move on. Neil Young has announced the third instalment of his retrospective series, Archives Volume 3. Listen to this. A 17 CD box set. 17. 198 tracks.
Didn't get the price on that, did you?
No, I didn't. But 15 tracks have been were previously unreleased. So you've got 183 that you've heard before. But there's 121 of them are previously unreleased versions.
Look, as you know, I love Neil Young. I think he is just fantastic. But God, he's hard work.
You do get a 176-page book.
You'd never get to the end of that. I hope it's got a lot of pictures in it.
Anyway, Anyway, I think we'll just move on. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. We'll never see that book, Mick. We'll never see it.
No, I'll be too busy listening to 17 CDs, man.
Yeah, that's right. Look, let's move on. 1001 Albums You Must Listen to Before You Die by Mr. Robert Dimery, Eddie, 2021. I've gone to page 469 to a fine musician, Mr. Stevie Winwood, and the album Arc of a Diver, produced by Chris Blackwell and Stevie Winwood, art direction Tony Wright. Running time 40 minutes, and in Australia it got to number 5 and was up there for 31 weeks. I've always thought this is a cracking album, but Stevie Winwood, what an amazing musician!
He is indeed, and not just by himself, but his contribution to other people.
Mm. So he's been, you remember him in Traffic, but he was also with. In the Spencer Davis group.
He wrote Give Me Some Lovin'.
Yeah.
Give me some lovin', give me some.
The other version of it, not that one.
the good one.
Blind Faith. What an amazing muser. And I think from memory he was not travelling too well before before this album. His fortunes seemed to be not. He was a bit. He was struggling a little bit, and he finally got this album out and sort of rekindled his career a bit.
Well, yeah. He'd sort of been dabbling his finger in stuff. For instance, where he came into our orbit, aside from this album, which was a cracker, he was brought in to modernise Broken English by Marianne Faithfull.
I'm just eating a bit of scone.
Oh, and it looks good too. Yeah. So he brought in that keyboard backing and the keyboard, that bubbling do 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 do.
Yep.
And
which is another great album too.
Oh yes, it was.
Another great album.
And not solely due to Marianne's. His work on it lifted it to be an absolutely priceless album. It was really, really good. And the qualities that he brought to that album, he brought to his own.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was busy because he worked with George Harrison, as I said, Marianne Faithfull, and he's just got an amazing pedigree about all the work that he's done.
Yeah. Look, one of the things we've talked about is having an older brother or an older family member to expose you to new music.
Mm.
And, you had an older brother, but I was the eldest, so I had to forge my own way on things.
You poor thing.
Oh, no. And that's always been my cross to bear.
I know, and every time you come up, you say, I need another cuddle, I'll have to give you another cuddle.
That's right,
you're doing it tough.
Yeah, and that's right. And every album that I've brought around to you, you've said, well, this is shit. And until, of course, later on you actually listen to it and realise that, God, he is so far ahead of us in the tastes he's developed all by himself.
With every album that you bought, Mick, I start with it's shit and then I work my way back from there. Because I'm thinking it's bound to be shit.
Well, it goes to show how wrong you can be, doesn't it?
Occasionally, yeah.
But you might recall that a friend of the program, Nick, had an elder brother, Tony, who was on this album straight away and introduced us to Ark of a Diver. So, it wasn't a big effort to sell it to us, but nonetheless, that's how we saw it.
Tony liked his music too, didn't he? Eh?
Didn't he just? Yeah. He brought us to a lot of stuff. Steely Dan, Stevie Winwood, a few other things.
Stevie Winwood.
Steely
Dan. Other stuff.
At least those two.
It's a while ago.
It is a while ago, yes. Well, everything we talk about's a while ago.
Oh, it is indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, I was reading just today. There was they were talking about how live music's sort of going down the gurgler at the moment. You know, because Blues Fest has gone and something else has gone, and but what's coming back on is sort of dance raves in secret locations around Australia. So I haven't got an invite yet. I don't know whether you have to like a secret location where they call them boiler room concerts.
Oh, fantastic!
I haven't got an invite. Have you?
I'm gonna go and look for the website or the Facebook site or whatever it is, and list myself down for boiler room dance nights.
Because we drop a couple of whatevers.
Yep.
Get out there and just dance the night away.
You just grab an aspirin and away you go.
That's right. I haven't. I was going to write that paper, the psychosis, post-psychotic aspirin problems.
Look, I've been doing aspirin for years and it hasn't affected me.
No, it's great. It's a great product. Aspirin. Let's move on, my old son.
Yep.
Bands who changed their names, sir.
Well, not so much changed it, where they got their names from.
Oh, where they got their names from.
Yeah.
Am I doing a different show?
Yeah, well, they changed their sound, changed their name, and thought...
Let me just start.
We can just go back to that one again, yeah. Okay.
So let's just move on. I think it's time that we got onto the major topic of the day. Where did bands get their names from?
Mate, band names, it's a myriad of confusion how people get their names. It's really... Or every band needs a name because they can't just sort of five blokes down the pub. Well, that's probably a good name for a band, to play on a Sunday afternoon. Five blokes at the pub. Oh, where are you going? Oh, we're going down to see five blokes at the pub. But it's a little bit indistinct.
Did you get Buster Hyman and the Penetrators in there?
I did not. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. What's his name? Angry. Yeah,
that was a while ago.
That's right. Did he have any other names?
It was in a Battle of the Bands competition. That's where they were from. I don't know.
And what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen, is it's a long time ago, but Angry Anderson and Rose Tattoo thought they'd enter themselves in a battle of the bands, and so they signed up with the name of the band, their made-up name of the band being Buster Hyman and the Penetrators. So that's always been one of my favourite band names, but probably a bit difficult to get signed to a major label.
Yeah, it's a bit blue for this show too. So
that's right. Yes. Yeah, and lots of bands do that, particularly once they're more successful. If they want to go out and play a show without the expectations of what people expect from them.
Yeah, without the expectations.
That's right. That's what expectations are. Yeah. REM did that a lot.
Yeah. What are they called? They had
they had flying kites and
whatever.
All sorts of bloody names that I can't recall off the top of my head, but most bands did it.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's move on.
Yeah. So, look, and there's all sorts of different ways that bands can get their names. Some bands take the name of the guy who founded it. Yeah, that's a bit egotistical. It's my band. I'll call it me.
Oh.
So
it's unusual. I've never heard of that. Like, have you got any examples?
Well, Mick and the Fat Man, because that would work well on a greatest hits. Mick and the Fat Man greatest hits.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, perhaps.
Exactly right. Yeah.
I don't know where they got that name from.
I can't imagine. Yeah, it was a committee decision.
Yeah.
What about Van Halen? In fact, there was 2 Van Halens in that band.
There was indeed. There was indeed.
So which one do we blame?
One of them.
There's a heavy metal band called Danzig.
Oh, yeah, who's that? I don't remember them.
They're called Danzig.
Who's Danzig? George Danzig.
George Danzig, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And In Excess started as the Farris Brothers.
Yep.
Because there was 3 bloody Farris Brothers in
There
the
was.
band.
There was.
I don't know why they didn't just stay as the Farris Brothers.
Did I ever tell you that I cleaned a Farris brother house?
Well, after a period of time, you probably wouldn't want to clean a Farris brother, no.
Years ago, I used to carpet clean for a quid. And one of the places I went to once in Bondi was a Farris brother house because there was a gold record on the wall. It was a Farris brother house.
Wow.
Okay, that's all I can remember. That's what it was.
That's just fascinating.
I know. Gee, wow, it's fascinating. Tell us more, Jeff. Just was.
My wife used to live on the northern beaches of Sydney, and the Farris brothers started up there. And,
did they?
Yeah, so she used to go and see them on a Saturday night.
You see, they got out and went to Bondi, where it's much trendier.
Right. Yeah, much trendier. So, and apparently Hutchins was every bit the fellow that you see in Dogs in Space. Yeah, the lounge lizard rock star. Yeah. Take a couple of tabs and crook the finger at a girl. Yeah, come over here. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Misogynistic bastard.
Well, look, what's the point in becoming a rock star if you can't
pull a couple of
leverage
birds? Pull a couple of birds.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Guns N' Roses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Axl Rose.
For
a start.
I thought it was about guns.
Well, one of the band members, Izzy Stradlin, spent some time with his roommate who was called Tracy Guns, and she was in a band called LA Guns, or they were both in a band called LA Guns. So they got together, the LA Guns and Axl Rose. There you go.
Roses.
Guns N' Roses. And of course, I couldn't work this one out at first, but apparently the Bee Gees has got something to do with everyone in the band being a Gibb brother.
Oh, thought they called the Boogies.
The Boogies, yeah. That's right, yeah. So the Bee Gees apparently came from the Brothers Gibb. And I've read some stupid comments about that.
I don't even know. Where's the Bee Gees come from, Brothers Gibb? BG?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's shit and boring.
Well, it's certainly not life-shattering, but,
Jesus Christ.
Backman Turner Overdrive?
Well, the only hard part was getting the overdrive, wasn't it?
That was a magazine that they found in a toilet.
George, I'm finished, but I found this magazine.
Wow, we've got a band name.
There's one page left after I wipe my ass.
Well, there we go. Fleetwood Mac is fairly obvious.
Yes.
But where Fleetwood Mac came from is Fleetwood Mac, before we knew them, was in fact a completely different band. They were a blues band.
Yes, they were.
Yes,
with Peter Green.
Yeah, a fellow by the name of Peter Green who went off the twig later on. But it was his band at one point, and he changed the name. Or he said, "I'll call the band Fleetwood Mac because so he could keep Mick Fleetwood and John McVeigh in the band."
I thought it was just because Mick Fleetwood was so tall.
Well, he was obvious, but Peter Green came up with the name.
Yeah,
it's fairly obvious. Fleetwood and Mac.
Yeah, Fleetwood and Mac. Minimac.
Yeah.
Mrs. Mac Pies, I think we have in Australia, don't we? Mrs. Mac Pies.
Well, I don't think that's got a lot to do with Mick Fleetwood.
Well, I'm just thinking though, if you are overseas and you want an Australian pie, a Mrs. Mac's pie can be quite nice, can't it?
Where would you get a Mrs. Mac's pie overseas?
Well, that's a good question. Because if they don't have 4 and 20, they won't have Mrs. Mac's, will they?
I wouldn't think so. No.
You probably have to come to Australia and get a pie over here.
Well, I think that'd be a rewarding exercise for anyone who's listening to us. Did you know that our listenership in Frankfurt, Germany, is booming?
Really?
Yeah, it keeps doubling and doubling.
Go Frankfurt.
You go, Mr. Frankfurt, and you still haven't sent us an email or whatever, but that's fantastic. And you're going to know nothing about what a Mrs. Mac's pie is until you actually get out here on a holiday.
I was very, very excited to see the sign at Frankfurt Airport because they still have the old ticky.
Oh yes, yeah.
And it's big and it's exciting to watch. because they're all gone now, those things, but they still go and all the things spin around. It's very exciting to watch.
You don't have a lot of excitement in your life, do you, Jeffrey?
Well, that was one. Well, I'd just been to Berlin.
Fantastic.
And I had some Italian food.
Well, in Berlin Airport, of course you do.
I mean, just in Berlin.
Yeah.
Not a lot of German food. It's all sort of Italian food and a lot of Japanese in Berlin. Japanese food.
Well,
a bit of Middle Eastern and burgers.
Well, there's a lot of Middle Eastern people in Germany. A lot of Turkish, in fact.
In fact, that's where kebabs came from. So I did have a very fine kebab.
Is that right?
Yep.
What, Berlin Airport?
No, just in Berlin.
Right. Okay.
No, I didn't go to Berlin Airport. I went to Frankfurt Airport.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah,
I caught the train from Berlin to Frankfurt and caught the plane from Frankfurt to Singapore.
Okay.
But I had currywurst, which was good. Big food. Big. If you go to Berlin and don't have currywurst, you're a fool of yourself and a burden to others.
Fair enough.
Just telling you.
Speaking of Germans.
Yeah.
Some bands take their names from historical events or cultural and not in a good way events.
Right.
The band Joy Division.
Yes.
Yep. Sounds like some cute double speak.
Yeah, it does.
But the reality is absolutely bloody awful. In Nazi concentration camps, there were brothels for the soldiers so they could relieve the stress of working in a concentration camp.
Right.
They staffed the brothel with young girls from the camp. So, Jewish, gypsies, whatever, as young as 12 or 14.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, this is bloody horrifying. The soldiers were supposedly limited to only the missionary position. And, like those Germans, they want to be, everyone's got to follow the rules. They had guards to make sure they only did.
The missionary position?
Yep.
You're serious?
Absolutely serious. So in a sick Nazi twist of cruelty, they called these brothels and the girls the Joy Division.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's pretty gross, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty gross. So there you go. We've taken the podcast down to a new nasty level.
Why were they the missionary position?
Oh, yeah.
Don't
worry about that. No,
don't go there. That was that invented by the Catholic Church?
Maybe.
Probably. Something like that, I think. I think it is. Some religious order called it the missionary position because it's seen the most... you didn't want... Because it wasn't... Because doggy style is like doing it like animals, so you weren't allowed to do it like an animal. You had to do it the other way because we're humans.
Well, thank you for that exposition, yeah.
We've had a lot of good stuff this show, haven't we?
Yeah.
Not much about music, just other stuff.
Yeah, that's like... there was that song a few years back... You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do it on the Discovery Channel.
I remember.
I'll look up who that was.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing. Yep, do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Yep, 10cc and the Love and Spoonfuls both got their name from the same source, so to speak, not the same bloke, but the same source. The average amount of human male ejaculates during orgasm.
Yeah. Now, this is something I've got a bit of a problem with. So, I think it was in there that you said that the average male ejaculate was 25 mil.
Did I?
I think originally. And I think you'll find it's 15 to 20 mil. So, in fact, they really should be called the Love and Tablespoonful. Well, 20 mil is a tablespoon. Now, if you have a vasectomy, it's less then. So then you'd be called the Love and Dessert Spoonful.
That's fantastic.
So
Steely Dan was named after a mechanical dildo.
Really?
Yeah, from a book by William S. Burroughs called The Naked Lunch, which was later made into a movie by David Cronenberg. There you go.
That would be a weird movie to watch, I dare say.
I would suspect so, yes, because William Burroughs is hard going on his own.
I've never.
Cronenberg's not without his challenges as well. The Mothers of Invention.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine they wanted to be just the mothers? And given that Australians invent chants to go with the songs, am I ever going to see your face again?
No way.
No way. Get
fucked.
Thank
Fuck
you.
off.
Yes, exactly right. Or Hush told people to just get rocked.
Yes.
In a much more reasonable way.
Yes.
I don't know that Americans would have been as creative, but I think it was just cold feet by the record label, so they made them change it to the Mothers of Invention.
Oh, they just wanted to be called the motherfuckers.
It could have, yes, indeed.
Would have been logical.
Yes, it would have been, yeah.
You know what? The sort of, when it comes to Frank Zappa, it kind of doesn't matter what you call them. They are just a very weird band.
In fact, we're going to touch on Frank Zappa and the Mothers when we come up. We've got an episode coming up, as you know, on online stuff, online weird rabbit holes. Okay. And we're going to talk about Billy the Mountain.
And Ethel was a tree.
Yes, that's right. The Doobie Brothers. Where did the Doobie Brothers get their name from? Man.
Just good old California boys. Yeah. Smoking the doobie. Yep. Although we've never called it doobie in Australia, did we?
Very American doobies.
Yeah. Never a thing.
Yeah. And of course, Scooby Dooby Doo.
Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you?
Exactly.
That was a great cartoon, wasn't it, eh?
It was one of my favourites growing up.
Very, very.
It's really old. It's really old. It's the 70s.
Very controversial.
Well, it would have been, yeah. Because what was his name? Shaggy.
Shaggy, yeah.
He'd always have a bit of a smoke.
He was always.
Man.
He was always a bit screwed.
Here's another interesting one.
Mm.
You've heard of the German heavy rock band called Rammstein?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. You won't believe where they got their name. It's they're named for a military airbase called Rammstein.
Mm.
And that military airbase has one grisly reason for fame. It still exists, but in 1988 they did an air show, with all different types of planes and things, exhibits and people flying around and doing all sorts of fairly amazing flying type stuff.
Yep.
They had the Italian display team flying, and they were doing a thing called heart piercing, pierce the heart, where there's 6 or 7 planes. Most all but one would form a heart shape.
Oh, nice.
Right, coming one direction,
yep.
and another fellow would come from the other direction
and
go through the heart.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so an arrow through the heart. Yeah, in theory, fantastic. It's called the heart piercer. So the heart piercer was out of time, and with those sorts of things and at that sort of speed, you've only got to be a split second out of time.
Yeah.
So he finished too early and hit several of the heart-forming planes.
Oh.
Which then crashed to the ground, full of aviation fuel.
Yes.
So they had 300,000 at this air show.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much damage a tank full of aviation fuel can do to an audience watching.
Doesn't do much for a building, so it certainly doesn't do much for
absolutely.
People.
So the plane came down, sprayed air fuel out into the audience, and the plane came to, talk about irony, it came to rest against an ice cream truck. One of the heart-forming group crashed into the emergency medical evacuation helicopters. It was a Black Hawk, which you've got a great history in the aviation world.
Yeah.
So the plane fatally injured the Black Hawk helicopter's pilot. He died.
God almighty.
The plane's pilot ejected, but his chute didn't open. So merely, if something's going to go wrong, it went wrong during this exhibit. This was 60 seconds of absolute crap, everything going wrong. So his chute didn't open. He went up in the air, came down,
dead.
hit the runway and was dead. Final toll, 67 spectators and 3 pilots dead, and 400 people seriously injured. Plus, keep adding numbers on for how many people got injured in a lesser way, a non-life-threatening way.
The plane was probably built by the Berlusconi group of companies, because they were a bunch of honest Joes.
Well, how can you say otherwise? Gee. Worldwide politicians.
Great.
They're all good.
He's good too. He's always had good friends helping him out and stuff.
Indeed. So that's pretty horrific. Yeah. And Rammstein took their name from that little event.
You get all the songs out of that, wouldn't you?
It'd be hard to do a serious song about hearts.
I've seen fire and I've seen fuel.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Wow. That would be insane. Mind you, over the years, a lot of planes have crashed at air shows.
I would never go to an air show. It's a nasty event.
I did go to one once. It was good. I must admit I enjoyed it. But
I went to one, out at Richmond.
Yeah, I went to one at Richmond, and they had the F-111 doing a dump and burn.
We might have been at the same one. It was fantastic. The F-111 goes straight up in the air, throws the fuel out the back.
It's one.
And ignites it. So,
and a 747 did a low flight across the runway.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe they do that at every show at Richmond, but other than that, we were at the same one.
We were there.
Well, there you go.
I don't remember you being there. I didn't see you there.
Ah, well, I was right near the ice cream truck.
What a good spot to be too.
It is. I thought that'd be all right.
Always safe.
Yeah.
I was standing near the Black Hawk.
That's always.
I've always.
What's the medical team?
If you need an emergency evacuation, you've got the Black Hawk just there to take you.
Yeah, and it's full of doctors. Yeah.
They had an Antonov, the big Russian planes. Had one of those,
yeah.
One of those where you could walk into it.
Well, yeah. Well, you took a packed lunch to walk around it.
Yeah.
Big things.
Have you seen? I've seen videos of them, and the cockpit of the Antonov is literally like something out of the 1950s.
Oh yeah.
Just little knobs and levers and shit like that.
Yeah. Well,
reliable. That's what I call it.
Reliable. Yeah. There's no computer glitches going on there.
No computers to stuff things up.
That's
everything.
right.
If you're like like a normal old fashioned wind down window. Where you turn the handle. Because people say those less to go wrong. Because let's face it, your automatic window thing, they break down all the time.
Oh, absolutely. And the automatic window on an F-111. Yeah.
Once you get it down, it's a bugger to get back up.
That's right. And even if you try and wind, it's just so hard.
I'm sad they left that we don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They look great. I don't know. They'd probably go very well in Ukraine.
They would actually.
Probably.
They would because they were great. They were a great plane. They were really. I mean, they're just a bit old.
Yeah. Did you know that books and pop culture is another good place to get a name for your band?
Yeah, like where? What?
We've talked about a couple of these. Husker Du took their name from a game, a memory game from the 1970s.
Oh,
it means "Do you remember?" So I guess I've seen my kids have had memory games where you flash up two pictures and you got to remember who's under what board and get Granny Smith. There's
Apple,
one granny and there's another granny. Yeah.
That's a Husker Du.
That's what Husker Du means in Norwegian and Swedish. Yeah.
Of course, the old Swedish memory game.
Absolutely. Yeah.
God, I used to love.
I don't know why there's not more of them.
I don't know either. Was ABBA one of them? Do you think was ABBA one of the things you had to guess?
Probably. Yeah. The different faces of Anna, Frida,
that's all
Benny,
we need.
and
Just
Bjorn.
Anna and Frida's all we need.
That's right. Yeah.
We don't care about. I've always had trouble.
Benny and Bjorn. Yeah.
I've always had trouble with Benny. Something wrong with him.
The Velvets. The Velvet Underground.
Mm-hmm.
So Lou Reed and John Cale were walking along the street in New York and found a book called The Velvet Underground, which was about wife swapping and S&M.
Really?
Yes, in the
Velvet
suburbs of New
Underground,
York.
Of course,
Yes.
of course, that's great.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Wife swapping.
Yeah.
Did you know if you go on a cruise ship and you put a picture of a pineapple on your door, it means you're into swinging?
All right.
And so people, if they see a pineapple, a couple sees a pineapple, they can knock on the door and say, hello, we're into pineapples too. And there's action takes place. This is cruise line. This is cruise shipping.
Wow.
So, yeah, there you go.
I think when we travel, generally we take our son, so they'd probably get some surprise.
Yeah. Well, I got it a bit wrong because I had a pumpkin on our door. I got this really weird old bloke knocking on the door.
Well, pumpkin's got a very different meaning.
It's not a pineapple. Anyway, it does. When you stick it up the arse, it does the same damage though.
What, a pumpkin and a pineapple?
They do.
Yeah, but
they're just a different way.
Taking them out again, I wouldn't like to be taking a pineapple out.
Oh, depends which way you put it in. If you can get it in the right way, it'll come out easy as pie.
Yeah. Depeche Mode is the name of a fashion magazine in France.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Akadaka, AC/DC.
Yeah, hold on, let me guess. No, can't think of anything.
Can't think. Electricity.
Yeah.
It's a little sign from the side of a Singer sewing machine.
High voltage rock and roll.
Yeah, absolutely. They were right into electricity.
They had AC/DC as well as they had AC and DC on the side of the.
Absolutely, yeah.
What sewing machine uses DC?
Battery one.
Direct current.
battery one.
As opposed to, you can't just swap them back and
Yeah,
forward.
they fit on a Ryobi battery on this. Those
No, you
Ryobi
can't just
green
have
batteries.
AC and DC. You have to have some sort of way of changing it properly.
Well, maybe they did. Maybe they were good at electronics, and maybe they had a good road crew.
There's more to this than meets the eye. We need to get a Singer sewing machine. We need to get an old Singer sewing machine and go through this.
Okay, well, I'm tasking you with that one, Jeffrey.
All right, done.
Yep,
done. Sort it out.
How about Black Sabbath? Our favourite.
Big old Aussie.
Aussie came up with a name, Polka Tulk Blues Band, while sitting on the toilet. Tony Iommi hated that name because every time somebody said the name, he had an image of Ozzy Osbourne sitting on the loo.
It's not a good image.
With his trousers around his ankles.
Having a
So I can understand that, not wanting to think of that particular image.
No, that's hard work.
Yeah. So Geezer Butler, who was the bass player, came up with the name Earth, which is, for what they wanted to play, it was still a pretty bloody boring name. So they toured under the name Earth, and they had lots of gigs, but all of the promoters were really cranky with them because there was another band named Earth that played top 40 type stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they didn't. They played Black Sabbath. Yeah. So the promoters really were dirty with them. And in fact, one quote was, they play scary music that scares all the women away. And if you're going to have a nightclub, you want to have women there to attract the blokes, or vice versa.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So they changed their name to Black Sabbath because they were going past a movie theatre which had Boris Karloff's movie Black Sabbath on the marquee.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Boris Karloff.
Indeed. So when they changed their name and they'd released their first album, fans were able to check out the song Black Sabbath by the band Black Sabbath off the album Black Sabbath. It's all a bit repetitious, isn't it?
Very black.
Sabbath. Foo Fighters.
Yep. So it's got something to do with poo, I'm assuming, does it?
No, nothing like.
No, okay.
No. So apparently in World War II, American fighter pilots used to see, what became known as unidentified flying objects, and so they had to make a report every time they did it, and it got listed as feu, F-E-U, which is French for fire. So I'm told. And
so I'm told.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a Vietnamese soup.
It's pho.
No,
Po.
It's pho.
Po, and po is also a Teletubby.
It's actually pho. P-H-O is pho.
Oh, there you go.
As if you've been to Vietnam, of course you obviously haven't.
Yeah, well, look, I went to Vietnam once, but it was closed, so I had to come back again. Yeah, well, which is a long flight. I got to tell you.
Long flight.
So that's where Foo Fighters. I always had in my mind that the name Foo Fighters came from Flash Gordon, but I've not been able to find any verification of that. So clearly, I'm just an idiot.
No, it must be.
Yeah,
I think though UFOs, they call them UAPs now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it stands for. What's a UAP?
A UAP, unidentified anomalous
pod.
Something. I don't know what the piece.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Aerial phenomena. Okay.
So it has to be in the air.
Yeah. One version of that is anomalous.
Anomalous.
Yeah. Because it's an anomaly in the air. It shouldn't be there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Once if it's landed.
Then it's an unidentified
ground anomaly.
Actual phenomenon.
Just is a thing.
Yep.
What's that over there?
Oh,
what's that on the road? A head?
That's
Sorry,
right.
Move on.
Yes, thanks very much for that. Yeah. Yeah. There was a whole Benny Hill routine about that.
There was.
Yeah. Are you in love? Yes. Sometimes bands have to change their name when they go to a new market. Like best example of that I'm aware of is the Angels, who were huge here.
That's right.
And went to the US, and they already had a band called the Angels. So they had to change their name to Angel City. The band hated it.
Yeah.
And
Sherbet changed their name to go to the US.
Highway. Yeah, and did absolutely nothing for them. It was really, really disappointing.
And they changed it because Sherbet was a bit of a wussy name, wasn't it? Was that it or not?
I thought it was the same thing. I thought it was another band playing.
Maybe. The Sherbs. There might have been. Actually, there was the Sherbs back then.
Yeah, they went to the Sherbs at one point, because they just hated Highway so much. It was a stupid name. I think it's a crime that the US never picked up on the Angels.
Yeah. They're fools.
Given the people that they do like.
Like Donald Trump.
Oh, we'll see about that, won't we? Yeah, yeah. His dancing is a sight to see.
It's great. Move on.
Yeah, we've talked about the Beatles before and the Quarrymen.
Mm.
Look, the Quarrymen was one of their names during history, but it was the name that Lennon picked up and formed his first band.
His band was called Quarrymen.
Because it came from they went to the Quarry Bank High School in Liverpool.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so Quarrymen, Quarry Bank High School, right?
Oh, right.
When McCartney joined, they morphed into the Silver Beatles over time, and that name.
You know, it's funny. I always have in my head it's the Golden Beatles. It's the Silver Beatles.
The Silver Beatles.
I know.
And they actually did. They signed as a backing band for a fellow by the name of Tony Sheridan, who has since been lost in the mists of time. But they did a year with him and appeared on an album.
Did they?
Yes, all sorts of things.
What album?
Tony Sheridan and the Beat Brothers.
Were they the Beat Brothers?
Yeah.
How weird.
Yeah, how weird. So
weird.
Beatles. When they were signed to EMI, Parlophone, their manager was Brian Epstein.
Well, there was another Epstein.
Yeah, you know, the one who
a separate one? Or the same Brian?
Yeah, Trump's mate.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, Epstein. Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein.
That's right.
Oh, they were signed to Jeffrey Epstein.
No.
They were too young.
Brian Epstein. Yes.
They were still 12 and 14.
Well, they were the right age, weren't they?
They were the right age. Perfect.
Brian Epstein was the
Jeff's brother.
He was a bit of a Svengali, and he signed them up, and he changed the spelling to Beatles to tie in with the beat.
And the BEA, as opposed to the BEE.
Yes, exactly. And it was a tribute to the Crickets.
Yes, the
Buddy
band,
Holly's band, Buddy Holly and the Crickets, John Lennon and the Beatles.
John Lennon and the Beatles.
Oh, yeah.
So
group.
Ferry, cross the Mersey. Sorry, mate.
That was good. Yeah.
Thanks.
Can you edit that out in the...
No, I'm going to get it up in the mix, baby.
Oh, fantastic. Pink Floyd.
Yes.
They were originally known as the T-Set. Right, but there was another band with the same name now. There was a big fight over calling your band the T-Set.
Imagine that. I think the T-Set. No, you can't call yourselves T-Set. We're the T-Set.
Yeah, look. London's not big enough for two T-Sets. So, funnily enough, they then had a discussion and they combined the names of two blues musicians. A fellow by the name of Pink Anderson and another one called Floyd Council. Pink Floyd. Well, it adds a whole new dimension to the song "Have a Cigar" on "Wish You Were Here." Oh, by the way, which one's pink?
Mr. Anderson, I presume.
Yes. Well, that would have been a bit obscure for them, but yeah.
That would have been. So this is kind of the precursor to the Matrix.
Do. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So they should have done the soundtrack to the Matrix if people had been thinking.
Yeah. They could have done a good one.
Yep. ZZ Top tried to do the same. Billy Gibbons had a blues obsession, and he tried to combine B.B. King and ZZ Hill.
Right.
But ZZ King didn't quite work, so they changed it to ZZ Top. But still took it from a blues musician.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. ZZ Top.
Cheap Trick.
Why doesn't ZZ King work, I wonder? I mean, it's nothing. I mean, really.
ZZ Top, ZZ King, who'd have thought?
Who cares?
Well, they didn't like it. And they're the ones who've got to play under it.
Jesus Christ, a bit picky.
Yeah, they are indeed. Cheap Trick. The bassist from Cheap Trick was at a Slade concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he says this band uses every cheap trick in the book.
Whoa! Wonder what sort of cheap tricks they were doing.
Well, the glitter, the funny hat that Noddy wore.
Oh, Noddy wore a funny hat, didn't he?
And Dave Hill wore a funny hat too, with those big knee-high silver boots that he had on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so certainly looked to get attention.
Yeah, right. Okay, fair enough.
Yep. Radiohead was named after a Talking Heads song.
What?
Yeah, on the album True Stories.
Is that right?
Yeah, very true. Yeah, who'd have thought it, eh?
I
can't see much link between Radiohead and Talking Heads, other than head.
Unimaginative bastards, aren't they?
Yeah,
just ripping shit off.
Yeah. And the Rolling Stones, we all know, is named after a Muddy Waters song.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't that not one, but anyway.
Yeah. There was a band in England in the 80s called Shakespeare's Sister, which is where Bananarama went, Siobhan Fay, from Bananarama went and formed a band called Shakespeare's Sister,
Did
which was middling successful in the UK, not so much elsewhere. Took their name from a Smiths song.
Was that right?
Yeah. And there was another band called Sirocco, which was, they made a living playing the circuit on the east coast of Australia.
Did they?
They took their name from an Australian Crawl album, which had already been named after a 1940s film icon, after Errol Flynn's yacht.
Oh, okay.
His yacht was named Sirocco.
Oh, I think I knew that.
Yeah.
Dig
deep, Jeffrey. Dig deep.
Oh, it's a long time ago. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, good on him. Errol, I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to go on Errol Flynn's boat, would you? It would be a scary thing. It would be
For a whole lot of reasons, some of which we can't put to air.
Particularly if he had sails, because he'd want to get up there with a knife and jump down
He would, yes, and I've seen him do it, so he knows how.
Like the guys in Italy whose boat sank just recently. The multi-millionaire bloke whose boat went down the gurgler.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stories about that one, isn't
there? And
the
funny thing is, the day after the boat went down, the company who built the boat said, not our fault.
There was a whole lot of releases about why somebody didn't do it or shouldn't be to blame.
Not our fault. No. Beautiful boat.
Lovely boat.
Or where they'd sink.
Did you know the Bay City Rollers were named after a city in Michigan?
In Michigan?
Yeah, US. And they did it by, close your eyes, spin your finger around, and put it on the map.
Really?
Yeah. God. So if they
they were a good band, weren't they?
Oh, they were fantastic. I used to love
dressing up in their gear and stuff. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, well, the tartan.
Yeah.
And the tartan, the pants that came to just below the knee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Coloured socks.
Yeah.
And what were the shoes? I can't remember their shoes. But,
I don't remember.
But they were great, yeah.
But I got my mum to make the outfit for me, so it looked even better.
Oh, yeah.
She knitted everything. I knitted shorts, knitted everything.
But I thought it was rather strange, Jeffrey, even after they broke up, how you kept the knitted undies.
Because I was just enamoured with them, and I thought I'm just keeping the undies.
Yeah.
Very absorbent wool, though. It's very handy. Yeah, a little drip here and there. The wool does a great job of just keeping that all in.
And they were a great band, so you could
and it's got
wear
lanolin,
your tartan.
And the lanolin stops the chafing.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Protects your so sensitive parts.
Yeah, I've been trying to find a knitter up in the mountains to help knock me up some new ones, but I haven't found one yet. I mean, I found plenty of knitters, just none that were into doing underwear.
No. It's not a thing you find a lot of these days, nor a lot of demand for it.
No. But when I went to the Shetland Islands just recently,
I
bought a feral hat, which is knitted.
What sort of hat?
Feral. And it's actually the island of Ferra. That's where the wool's from.
Fantastic.
And it's very warm, and it's like a woolen hat. And so
never heard of such a thing.
Feral, yeah. That's a type of wool.
There we go.
Or it's the design. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got one.
That's fantastic. You're going to need it out here.
Well, you do here, but, I mean, you certainly need it on the Shetland Islands because it's a bit cold there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been to lots of Scottish islands and it's wonderful, but it's bloody cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they get a wind up.
Because it's it's up in the North Sea, basically. It's way up Shetland.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you more about my holiday?
Would you mind? Tell me how Led Zeppelin got their name.
Well, when I was in Iceland recently, I think that's where they got their name from there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Iceland, Led Zeppelin.
That's amazing. So it's got nothing to do with when they were they thought New Yardbirds was a pretty dumb name.
Yeah.
So they were talking with Keith Moon from The Who, who was known to be
drunk,
somewhat jovial most of the time through chemical actions.
Yes.
And he said, look, a band heavier than the Yardbirds is going to fly like a Led Zeppelin.
Oh.
Who'd have thought that? Yeah.
Like the Hindenburg.
Exactly
which
right.
was, in fact, a Zeppelin.
Exactly, yes.
And it flew quite well to the ground when it caught on fire.
It did indeed. Now, hence Led Zeppelin 1.
Indeed.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah.
It was just called Led Zeppelin, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was called Led Zeppelin. But
then there was Led Zeppelin 2.
Yeah, that's right.
And then 3.
So we've got to call it Led Zeppelin 1.
And then Led Zeppelin again.
Yeah. Or no title.
Was it called anything? Was it called nothing?
Called
no,
anything.
nothing.
Yeah. Because Led Zeppelin got cranky at all the reviewers who were out to get them. And gave them, and as we talked about in our How Do Reviewers Come Up With This Nonsense episode.
But you think you would call it the roof thatcher because of the roof thatcher guy.
Well, no, there's a roof thatcher on it, but I don't know that you'd call an album the roof thatcher, particularly one by Led Zeppelin.
I think it would have been a good name.
Well, I'll next time I'm talking to Jimmy, I'll mention it to him, and he might go and retrospectively label it
because it'd be like Up Yours, Maggie.
Absolutely,
I've got a roof.
Who'd have thought it?
Eh?
Yeah, it's a political comment as well as a...
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you know that Queen was originally called Smile?
No, I did not.
Well, there you go. It's a dumb name for a
It's
band.
really
It really is a boring name. So the original fellow, a fellow by the name of Tim Staffel, dubbed the group Smile. He thought it was a good name for a band. Nobody else did.
I'd rather be called Staffel.
Well, maybe. But he left and Freddie joined the band.
Yeah.
And word has it that Freddie was a queen.
Of what country?
Every country he went to.
Wow. So what, they bestow a royal title upon him when he would go to a...
They did, absolutely. It was an interview in the magazine Circus where Freddie said, "The concept of Queen is to be regal and majestic.
Yes.
Glamour is a part of us and we want to be dandy. We want to shock and be outrageous." Not to mention the fact that he was outrageously queer.
Yeah.
And he was. But on the way up here, Jeffrey, I was listening to Sheer Heart Attack.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Great song. Great album.
Probably their last great album. Not their last great song. They had other great songs. But as an album.
Agree.
Sheer Heart Attack, yep.
As an album, Brighton Rock is just awesome.
Yeah, that guitar playing,
just amazing.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, no. And did you watch the movie, the Queen movie?
I never did. I never quite.
You probably wouldn't like it, but But there is the scene in there where Freddie actually sort of finally comes out and goes to have sex with a bloke in a service station bathroom.
They should do.
Perfect.
Some people are more open to that sort of thing than others.
You can get a proper grease and oil change, can't you? Know what I mean? Where else would you go? Anyway.
Indeed, where else would you go?
Shall we move on?
So I think we should. Some bands just take whatever name they end up with.
Yeah.
The band. Bob Dylan's band.
That's a very smart name.
They were called, informally, Bob Dylan's band. They used to be called the Hawks when they first started. And they supported a guy by the name of Ronnie Hawkins.
Oh, yeah.
And then they started supporting Dylan.
Mm.
And then they just became known as Bob Dylan's band and then the band. So when they played Woodstock, they needed a label, so they were the band.
Makes sense.
It does.
Makes sense.
Yeah. 9 Inch Nails, very dull.
9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, 9 Inch Nails. Trent Reznor chose that name.
I wouldn't like to have to put a 9-inch nail into a lump of wood, would you?
I don't think so. It doesn't.
I have enough trouble putting a 2-inch nail on a lump of wood, let alone 9 inches of it.
Yeah. Pretty big. And
my hand would be a mess, a big bloody lumps on it from bashing my hand all the time.
I've got some 9 Inch Nails at home and they're big bastards.
Yeah. No, I'd get I'd use a nail gun.
Well, you would. What about Creedence? Where would a name like Creedence Clearwater Revival come from?
It come from the river of Clearwater in outback town of Creedence, and there was a revival movement on there.
You've been reading your notes, haven't you? You got it almost right.
Did I?
No, nothing like it. Nothing.
I was say.
Yeah,
I totally made that up.
I'm just trying to
make
you feel good. Yeah. Yeah, because self-image is
But I do
important.
like the idea of there being a revival movement. Brotherly love. Brotherly love.
Well, they had a friend called Creedence Newball. And the less said about Creedence, the better. But they took his name. They thought, what a great name.
Creedence.
Yeah, Clearwater. There was a beer. Olympia beer at the time was made from clear water.
Oh.
So
what sort of clear water? What have you found over there? I found clear water. Isn't it all clear? Not as clear as this one.
Yeah,
this is really clear.
That's right. Are you implying that ads embellish things, make them up?
No, I would never do that. I would never do that because I treat ads like documentaries. You know, they must be true. It must be true.
Oh my God!
Yeah, like if you want wings, drink Red Bull or whatever Red Bull. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a more stupid bunch of ads in your life? They are dumb.
How could you actually Coca-Cola, biggest selling drink in the world, and then along comes someone who makes a drink that just doesn't taste as good, doesn't taste particularly good. When you buy it, it's in a can that's smaller than a can of Coca-Cola, and it costs you more. And that becomes one of the biggest selling drinks in the world.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
It is bizarre. So you say, we can't make a drink taste better than Coca-Cola. Let's make one that tastes worse, and let's put some caffeine or some same sort of stuff as caffeine, and say it makes you feel good.
Well,
and it's medicinal.
It tastes so bloody awful. It must.
But they make great F1 teams and
Red Bull, yes, of course, yeah,
all those sorts of things.
Well, they spend a lot of money on promotion, but there's a bunch of ads running in Australia at the moment, the Red Bull ads. It's just rubbish, you know. A bunch of cockatoos.
I haven't seen it.
Oh no, don't bother.
I don't watch much.
No, it's on SBS.
Oh,
yeah. So
you have to watch ads on SBS.
Ethnic cockatoos, yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
What's the cockatoos doing? Getting a cockatoo.
That's right. Bet she's seen a cockatoo. Thank you, ostentatious.
Yeah, all right. So Creedence Clearwater Revival, CCR.
Yeah, well, the Revival was a break from their earlier names.
Oh, okay.
It's all a bit laboured, actually.
They put too much work into it.
They put a lot in it, but it's better than the Gollywogs, which they were, and they wore white wigs.
They were called the Gollywogs?
Called the Gollywogs.
Oh, my God.
How would you go these days?
I got a good idea, guys.
Oh, dear. Cancel nothing. They'd be lynched.
Whoa. That's tough life. All right.
So
keep on trucking. Let's leave Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got for me?
Bare Naked Ladies. You ever heard that? A couple of funny songs a while back. Yep.
Yeah.
So they thought, wouldn't it be good to have Bare Naked Ladies on a billboard? Lots of people would come to see Bare Naked Ladies.
They would.
Yeah. So that's why they called themselves Bare Naked Ladies. So that people would come and see the Bare Naked Ladies.
I can't imagine too many ladies back keen on seeing the Bare
Apparently
Naked.
not. No. So,
but their boys would be going, "Come on, love, it'll be all right." Yeah, well,
yeah. Look, I'm sure they have nice drinks.
Jesus Christ.
And before that, they called themselves Free Beer.
Oh, he's kidding.
I got a few that we'll just run through quickly.
Yeah, no worries.
As we look to finish off,
yeah.
Jethro Tull, we've talked about, was named after an 18th century inventor who invented a seeding machine.
Yeah, good on him.
Good on him, Jethro. Simon and Garfunkel were called Tom and Jerry.
Gee, that's an error. That's an error, isn't it? Why would you call yourself Tom and Jerry?
Two blokes.
A mouse and a cat.
Well, the way that Paul Simon treated Art Garfunkel, probably accurate.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. The Sonny and Cher, of course, was Caesar and Cleo. And U2, maybe U2 was looking for something to presage the future. U2 was called The Hype. And they could easily go back to The Hype now.
Tick.
Yeah, tick. Yeah.
Tick.
Yeah. And now what about individual names? Yeah. You sent me a meme that you found online, Jeffrey, with Roger Waters and Robert Plant.
Yeah.
And that runs together as a sentence.
Roger Waters, Robert Plant.
Yes, indeed. The Cure was called Obelisk. The Beach Boys were called the Pendletons. And what a dumb name that was.
The Pendletons.
Yeah. So they absolutely stilted, dumb name. So they changed record labels, and the record label changed their name on the first single without telling them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, the first single was called Surfin', and the record label changed it to the Beach Boys, and once they'd released it, the Beach Boys had to go along with it.
makes more sense, though, doesn't it?
But I mean, Wilson always hated that name.
Did he?
Yeah.
He was a bit of a crotchety old bugger, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's crotchety and, as time has proven, a bit mad.
Yeah. He's certainly mad. Yeah. Without doubt.
Yeah. Kiss used to be called Wicked Lester. I think
really.
I think their choice of going to Kiss was a better name.
Because that's right. Paul Stanley did the logo for Kiss.
Yeah.
At school, and like just did it as a
doodle
at school.
You might have heard.
Come on, give me one more. Last one.
Last one.
We'll give it. We'll call it quits.
You might have heard of a band from a while back in the US called the Blue Oyster Cult.
Mm.
With umlauts over the letters and everything.
Yeah.
It's all fantastic.
Yeah.
I read a review about that name, and it said Blue Oyster Cult was a fairly lame name for a band.
Yeah.
It's the best name I've ever heard. I love it. I think it's fantastic. They were originally called Soft White Underbelly. And Blue Oyster Cult's a hell of a lot better than that.
But Soft White Underbelly's not that bad. I don't mind that either.
Yeah. I think they're being overly critical of their own history. And since Blue Oyster Cult, their live album from 1975 has got the best title for a live album I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
On Your Feet or On Your Knees.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will say thank you very much, and we will see you next time.
Thank you and bye-bye.
Well, that's a wrap, and thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. And if you like this, tell your friends about us. Also, contact us at mickandthefatman@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks very much. See you next time.